In the headlines, troops neutralize cause of terrorists, recover arms and motorcycles in Kaduna State. APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu says party crisis will be resolved before 2023. Nigerian Labour Congress asked President Buhari to raise salaries by 50%. And lastly, on the foreign scene, early results put Kenya's Odinga slightly ahead in presidential race. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Updates. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for joining. And now the news in detail. Troops of Operation Forest Sanity, supported by assets of the Nigerian Air Force, have neutralized scores of bandits at an operation in Galbi, Chukun local government area of Kaduna State. This followed the clearance operation on an identified terrorist enclave in Galbi general area. And this was conveyed in an operational feedback to the Kaduna State government from the security agencies. A statement from the Commissioner, Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, said the general purpose machine guns, 3 AK-47 rifles and 7 motorcycles were recovered from the enclave of the neutralized bandits. The Kaduna State government expressed excitement at the feedback and praised the troops for the tenacity in what it called a significant victory against the enemy forces. The 35 persons kidnapped 3 weeks ago at Keke B Millennium City, Kaduna State, have regained freedom. The victims came back to the Keke B community on Saturday and were received by jubilant neighbors. It was gathered that one person is still in captivity because the bandits insisted that his family must purchase 2 motorcycles before he's freed. A community leader who pleaded anonymity said 2.5 million naira was paid for their release. In another development, the medical personnel and 15 others who were kidnapped in Sabungaro community of Kaduna have also regained freedom. The leader of the civilian task force in the community, Wasus Yunusa, disclosed this in an interview on Saturday. Yunusa, however, said that no ransom was given for their release. And Southern Kaduna People's Union, Sakapo, says Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai's alarm on activities of terrorists now running a parallel government in the state is belated and an unfortunate admission. Speaking to journalists on Saturday in Kaduna, acting president of Sakapo, Awemi Dio May Samari, noted that indeed the terrorists have not only taken over the state but have been running the government since 2019. May Samari noted that El-Rufai's admission is a confirmation of the various alarms continuously raised by Sakapo and Southern Kaduna Community Development Associations since 2019. The people demand the fact rather than take the alarm serious. At the time, El-Rufai's government chose to challenge anybody to name communities that have been taken over and occupied by terrorists. And gunmen have reportedly killed no fewer than 16 persons in different communities of Taraba State. And the gunmen at the weekend whisked away several persons, attacked Gidado and Garinkuka villages in Ganduma district of Mutumbiu Chiefdom and Gasho local government area. A staff of the local government who gave his name as Abdullahi Chul said the attackers who invaded the communities in their numbers accessed the villages with motorbikes. Also confirming the report, the police public relations officer Abdullahi Usman admitted that there was an attack on the council and assured that the command was on top of the situation.
It was unfortunate. Bandits have taken over our place. Yesterday they killed 13 of our people and wounded 10. We are taking treatment in Federal Medical Center Jalingo. Please, we are calling for the federal government and NEMA to please assist us with security agents and to assist us with something that is material that will help our people whom were killed and those that are wounded.
And away from matters of insecurity, National Chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, Abdullahi Adamu, says he's optimistic that the crisis rocking the party in some states will be resolved before the 2023 general elections. Speaking on Trust TV's 30 Minutes, Adamu said the APC is working to win the 2023 elections, adding that reconciliation is always a work in progress. Speaking on the performance of the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, Adamu said the infrastructural development taking place in the country has not taken place over the last 20 years until Buhari came. He said the government is doing as much as the present circumstances allows it to do. And the need for the youth to consider the character and competence of candidates before voting in the next general election has again been stressed. This is a consensus of speakers at two different events marking the International Youth Day in Kwara State. The report.
The International Youth Day was celebrated at two different venues in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. One inside the Government House Banquet Hall and the other at a private event center in Ilorin. Governor Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak noted that having a vibrant and young population as a nation is an opportunity for growth and prosperity which youths need to explore.
International Youth Day serves as a good platform to interrogate all the issues affecting the most important demographic group anywhere in the world. However, there's nowhere in the world where there are no conversations about the future of the young people, which is very important and urgent to us all. United Nations data affirms that Africa has the youngest population, with 70% of sub-Saharan Africans under the age of 30. This is certainly an opportunity for growth and prosperity. We need to concentrate on human capital development.
No matter what life throws at you, don't die. You must have a sense as an entrepreneur and as a young person from Africa that life, in particular in this part of the world, is full of challenges.
At the other Youth Day celebration, speakers harped on the need for youths to look out for certain sterling qualities in leaders such as character, courage, and competence.
Well, you call it the 3 C's: character, courage, and competence. But I would say that character will still come first. Because where we are as a country, we are lucky that in a few months' time, we have an opportunity to press a reset button. And it's time that we look at ourselves and say, which of our leaders have this character?
That the demography of most countries of the developing world is tilting towards the youth. However, for most of these countries, the burgeoning youth population presents two possibilities. It could yield great dividends for those countries if governments and policymakers make the necessary investment in the development of our youth.
The theme for this year's International Youth Day is intergenerational solidarity, creating a world for all ages.
And the Nigerian Labour Congress has recommended a 50% salary review across board, given the economic realities on ground. The Labour Union made the recommendation in later dated August 8 to President Muhammadu Buhari in response to the economic prescription offered by state governors. The governors had pushed for the elimination of petrol subsidy, the retirement of civil servants from the age of 50, and the reduction of National Assembly constituency projects, among other prescriptions. The union lambasted the governors for seeking early retirement of workers, saying anyone promoting this idea should be treated as enemies of government. Instead of early retirement, the union asked the Buhari-led administration to consider a further increase of workers' salaries. And President Muhammadu Buhari has again appealed to the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU to call off the lingering strike to avoid a total collapse of education sector. The president stated this at the sole convocation ceremony of the University of Maiduguri for the conferment of a doctorate degree on Muhammad Indimi. President Buhari, who was represented by his Chief of Staff Ibrahim Gambari, said the continuous strike undermines the nation's human capital development. He added that Nigerians should disregard the belief that insecurity thrives under the present administration, but rather appreciate the peace experienced in the country. Present at the event were former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Buhari.
The work to tackle insecurity and to transform our infrastructure must necessarily happen concurrently. No government anywhere in the world will suspend one for the other. The hard work to make Nigeria a more secure country is an ongoing one, and the result will emerge steadily and incrementally. As real progress has been made and is being made in resolving the contentious issues that separate the federal government negotiators from the ASU leaders. In this regard, the continuation of ASU strike is now clearly counterproductive. Students wish to return to classes. Their parents want their children to do so without any further delay. This nation cannot afford prolonged interruption of higher education for its youth, and thus undermine the development of our human capital.
Universities to urgently resolve the ongoing stalemate in the overall best interest of our country, parents, and students. The continuous closure of the universities is causing irreversible damage to the future of our students and the reputation of our country in general.
You're watching Trust TV News updates. Coming up shortly, relationships and secrecy about phone content. This and other stories after the break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust Television. Before we proceed to look at our top stories again. We told you that troops neutralize scores of terrorists, recover arms and motorcycles in Kaduna State. And APC National Chairman Abdullahi Adamu says party crisis will be resolved before 2023. And now to more news. Christian and Muslim communities of Dorawa, Babuje in Barikin Ladi local government area of Plateau State have reunited after 13 years of separation. This follows the awarding of some projects by the community and social development agency in partnership with the community, which requires the combined effort of both faiths to execute. The relationship between the Christians and Muslims of the community got sour in 2009 following the recurrence of ethno-religious crisis that engulfed Jos since 2001 and subsequently extended to various communities. Ado Musa completes the story.
The journey to unity amongst the residents of the community began when the Community and Social Development Agency awarded projects, including school, water, and renovation of a hospital. Apart from the financial contribution, the members of the community, religion notwithstanding, had to collaborate to ensure proper execution of the project. The chairman, Community Development Association Oron Babuje, Job Cholom, while expressing happiness during the commencement of the building, says although the crisis has affected them, they have decided to reunite and live with one another, adding that the coming of residents of the community as a family would undoubtedly bring progress of the area.
We have decided to remain united so that we'll be able to see development in our land, we'll bring development in our area. Though crisis affected us in one way or the other, but we really thank God that He has reunited us. All of us here, we're not talking of tribes, we're not talking of religion, we're all together. We're working hand in hand with one another to see if we'll be able to do one or two things for the development of our area. Now we have applied for an assistance from government for the execution of this project of primary school, a 2-classroom block, which has been approved, and so we are doing our own part as a community.
On his part, the traditional ruler of Hausa community, Muhammad Tanko, said the awarding of the project has reunited the community and pledged to sustain the peace. We are happy with the project. This is what we can contribute at our level for the development of the community. Now peace has returned to Dora. We are living in peace. If you look around now, you will see both Christians and Muslims working together. We will continue to do whatever would bring peace in this community. We pray to Allah to help us achieve our desired goal. The village head, Sambo Cholom, said he was happy that the project was awarded to his community and appreciated members of the community for their cooperation and togetherness.
Actually, I'm so very excited because as this project came to my community, we received this project with whole heart, and the community people really appreciated the coming of this project. That's why you can see from observation, as we just announced yesterday that people should come, and the announcement didn't even go anywhere, but a lot of people came and they were participating, working with their hearts. Hopefully they will see what they were looking for.
Other residents of the area expressed hope that the coming of the project in the community would strengthen the relationship among the residents of the community. From Jos, Ado Musa reporting for Trust TV.
Now, deaths and breakups could be avoided if lovers are honest with each other. Ever since the internet became a regular part of the human experience, cyberspace has been implicated in the breakup of marriages and relationships. Part of this is because of internet and cell phone secrecy. Phone messages and secrecy in marriages have resulted in deaths and breakups of beautiful unions over the years. Nana Mohammed takes a look at privacy and phone culture in Nigeria and the effect of secrecy on marriages and relationships. The report.
To experts, knowing what to share and what not to share is an important communication skill for couples to learn and use in their marriage and relationships. This is because where privacy is about having a life that you don't share with others, secrecy is about intentionally hiding information. Married and single persons are split in their opinions on this subject and its impacts on relationships. Some believe locking one's phone means hiding something or cheating. It was necessary to disclose passwords to one or more members of the family in cases of emergency.
You expose your phone to your spouse and all of that, and you see your secret, and you'll be thinking that, man, this is what I've been hiding, and it's not good for some person. But if there is trust, I don't think there is any reason why my wife should not even hold my phone and even pick my call.
My opinion is that spouse should be open to each other when it comes to phone. Something that happened to a family friend sometimes, because they couldn't access his phone, he lost his life. He was hospitalized. They needed to. He was unconscious. He cannot do anything. He cannot touch his phone or password. They couldn't withdraw money to give him a medical needs, that attention that he needs.
Others belong to the school of thought that being married or in a relationship does not necessarily mean sharing every single thought, dream, fear, or fantasy with spouses. In fact, honesty to them may be a double-edged sword in marriage.
When you started a relationship with your wife, if you are a kind of person that you allowed your wife to be checkmating your phone before you got married to her, and if you got married to her, she will still continue, and it will become a problem to you.
The fact is, if you can delete your messages, if you can delete messages from friends, from associates, so that your partner will not see it, that's even the beginning of lack of trust.
Phone secrecy. I think in the advent of this 21st century, phone secrecy has really, shall I say, scatter relationship and marriage, because the need to know for spouses or partners has increased. Awareness is more compared to before. So because of that, because people are more curious, they want to know what their partners are doing, and oftentimes at the end of the day, what they will find when they search too much is not palatable. It has increased probably the incidence of broken relationships or marriages.
The good, the bad, and the ugly sides of privacy in relationships may be recognized as potential threats. But these threats may not be the latest technology. Rather, it is the choices made by individuals, both online and offline. Nana Muhammad, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Media practitioners in Nigeria have advised governments to consider the young ones that are mainly casual staff for recruitment in government-owned media houses. They gave the advice after the quarterly Congress of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Bauchi State Council. Adamu Imam completes the report.
Media managers at the event made a case for the state government to address the deterioration in the two state-owned media outfits, especially the lack of manpower to handle equipment.
The information I had, about 10 or 12 people will be retiring this year in BRC. That is between now and the end of the year. BATB, similar number of people. For BATB, where I came from, I know when I left BATB, there were only about 70-something staff. And after me, many of them have retired and are still retired. I want to appeal to government, like I said, and we have people that we call casual. Some of them have been working with us for over 10 years, some even 15 years. So all you need to do is give them employment letter and they will fit into this organization. So we're appealing to the government to allow the media organization to kind of consider special approval for the employment and statement of these people as permanent and pensionable staff of these organizations.
Chairman, Bauchi State Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Umar Said, cautioned reporters to exhibit professionalism in their reportage as 2023 general elections draw nearer.
We are approaching the 2023 general election in the country. They should play according to the rules. They should not play according to the interests of any political party or any politician. Rather, they should abide by the rules and regulations governing the profession. That is the journalism profession. That is my advice.
Broadcaster Halima Maigari said inclusiveness is the watchword for sustainability in the media for those who already have the experience.
Though we have tried, but I want them to try more, in the sense that they should continue to encourage, because there's still this gap. People who feel they are part of us, but they have some physical challenge, they say a lot. We want him to be more embracing so that those who have physical disability can also play their role very well, and then for the women, continue to tap on their potential. Something that certain committees are just for the men, the women should be included.
A communique issue after the meeting advised the state government to secure lives and properties of the citizenry. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
And in Zamfara State, the government has embarked on reconstruction of 5 broken bridges across 4 local government areas of the state, including the 500-meter access road to Staff School of the 1 Brigade of the Nigerian Army Cantonment Gusau. to make movement easy for residents. The State Commissioner for Community Development and Cooperative, Abdullahi Gorbimbori, disclosed this while addressing newsmen during the flag-off of the construction site of 500-meter access road in the Area 1 Brigade cantonment of the Nigerian Army. Goes out. The report. I'll bring you that report in our subsequent bulletin, but on the foreign scene, Kenya's opposition leader Raila Odinga is leading the presidential race according to partial official results as the country remained on tenterhooks for the final election outcome. Results provided by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission showed on Saturday that Odinga had 54% and his main rival, Deputy President William Ruto, had 45%. The election, which was held on Tuesday, is being closely watched as a test of stability in Kenya, which is one of East Africa's wealthiest nations and its most vibrant democracy. Past votes in the country have been marred by rigging and deadly violence. Odinga and Ruto are in a tight race to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has reached his two-term limit. Kenyatta has endorsed Odinga after falling out with Ruto following the last election. And that brings us to the end of Trust TV News Update at this hour. But for more, you can follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.